Welcome to today's video. How do we make the most of our ayahuasca ceremony? There are three things that you need to keep in mind. The first is what happens before you attend ceremony. The second is what happens during ceremony. And the third, what happens after. These three are very important because imagine it's like a surgery. Before the surgery happens, maybe you need a special diet, you need to stay off substances, of alcohol, of things that may affect negatively how the surgery goes. Now, during the surgery, you have to sit still, you have to complete it. Maybe you're sedated, but you have to make sure that maybe if in case that you're not, that you stay through it. You don't walk away before you're stitched up, right? You want to make sure how to control your anxiety, your nervousness, so that you don't affect the doctor's job. And finally, there's an aftercare. You rub it with alcohol, you don't strain your system, you don't do things that may rip away the stitches that you have. So before, during, and after is the same for ayahuasca. Before, you want to make sure that what goes in, and what goes in can be through your mouth, through your eyes, through your ears, even through your skin and your mind. You want to make sure that you prepare the best that you can with as much impeccability and commitment as it's possible. This is a process that is not complicated, but it's very nuanced if you want to really go deep and avoid having bad trips. If you're curious about that, you can find below links on a program that I created around proper preparation for ayahuasca called Ready. But to summarize it, you want to make sure that the food that you're eating is clean, that is conducive to a good trip, but also that the information that you're consuming is conducive to it. And information can be what you look at in social media. Endless scrolling is gonna be terrible if you drink ayahuasca, if you're on social media and consuming stuff mindlessly. But also if you're engaging in conversations with people, especially conversations that are about nonsense, gossip, judgment. Maybe your family or your friends are instilling fears on you about your thoughts or your desire to participate in a ceremony. The music that you listen has certain vibrations, certain frequency, and this has been proved. This is not hippie nonsense, as a lot of people imagine. This is actual science. You can see there's flowers that they'll wilt if you play death metal to them, and they will bloom a lot faster and bigger if you play classical music. Same with cows, they'll lactate more under certain music. Water, the structure of the molecules will arrange itself or disorganize itself based on the music that is being played around it. So you want to be mindful of everything that goes inside of you, because this is going to affect the process. And a lot of people spend 2/3, maybe 90% of their journeys with ayahuasca dealing with clearing up all the nonsense that they put inside. And it's not necessary. You can have an experience that is based on growth, on healing, on transformation, and not too much on processing the food that you ate, the things that you watched, the music that you heard. Okay, so first, pay attention to how you prepare and do so with commitment. And if you want me to guide you in a deeper way, then the links are below. Now, number 2, during. Essentially, this is mostly about your body and your mind, because a bad trip just means that you lost control or connection with your mind or with your body or with both, and you pooped your pants, you felt you went crazy, you felt you're dying. Many things can happen. So grounding your body and your mind, there are different tips and tricks about how to breathe, also including that course that you can check in case that you're starting to go in a negative direction. But it also is connected to how you prepare. Like keeping a healthy body and a healthy mind are not something that's going to happen just during ceremony. You want to prepare before that. A couple of quick tips is, if the experience is too intense, try to sit like spine erect, place your hands, your palms facing down, breathe deeply. Do not let your face be buried in the bucket. A lot of people have the tendency to grab their bucket and just dip their head and stay like that for a long time. And it's like you just vomited something, you put something out of your system that is very dense, and you're keeping it close to your head. It's like you're breathing the fumes of what you just released. You're gonna be stuck in that for a long time. So vomit, put it away, put it aside. And if you need it, grab it once again. Do not look around. Focus on what's going on inside. So close your eyes. People get anxious and they start looking, am I the only one who's tripping? How's the shaman? Is this place safe? No, 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 no. If you feel insecure, it's inside of you. So deal with that. Do not distract yourself. I'm just gonna stare at the fire. There are times and places to do that, but the juice that you're gonna get from this experience, the deepest fruits, are gonna come from having your eyes closed, sitting comfortably, and breathing deeply. If you lay down when the experience is getting too intense, for a lot of people that makes them cross the threshold of what they can handle, and then it gets overwhelming. Some people actually find comfort in going under their blankets and going to a fetal position. You can play with that, but make it a conscious choice. So as the experience is happening, you want to keep your mind and your body at ease. If you can practice hatha yoga, this is extremely good to keep your body physically and your mind in a relaxed state, able to navigate more energy. And finally, what happens afterwards is the integration process, for which I also created a program. An 8-minute YouTube video is not going to cut it, but you can find the link below. And integration is, how do I make sure that maybe I released so many things during my ceremonies? How do I ensure that when I come back, the change stays with me? That it doesn't become like a workshop high or just a psychedelic trip that was fun and interesting, and then I come back to my same habits, to my same addictions, to my same worries, to the same pain. The key of integration is to keep what you were doing when you prepared. Keep a clean diet on what you consume, what you eat, what you read, what you listen to, because your body is now charged. And the seeds, if you plant a seed, it is the most vulnerable and fragile when it is growing, like a baby. So at first you want to put some solid fences around it. When it becomes a solid tree, an oak, you can remove the fences. Almost nothing can tear it down, almost nothing can destroy it. But ayahuasca plants in you some seeds of deep transformation. And your job is, for the month after you come back from ceremony, to really nourish them, to water them, to take care of them. And this means being very mindful of where you spend time, what places you go into. Learning how to discern the spaces, the people, the friendships that are good for you and that are not good for you. There's a whole process for this that I go into in detail in the program, but just slowing down just enough to breathe in deeply when you eat something, closing your eyes and feeling what it does to your body. A lot of times we eat in a compulsive manner and we don't notice that our body rejects a lot of the stuff that we're putting into it. We're used to just rushing through things. Maybe we eat while we're looking at the phone or watching TV. All of these things have to go. If you want to live consciously, the way that you eat, the way that you shower, the way that you walk, it should all be done consciously. Part of integration is making a commitment to keep a clean diet, to keep a clean living afterwards, so that those seeds can go deeper into you. And you will see that your sensitivity increases, your love for life increases, your sense of peace, the quality of your relationships, everything starts blooming in a beautiful way. The opposite is also true. If you learn and you're shown certain things and you don't make a change, you go back and you betray yourself, and now you know what's good for you. Maybe before you didn't, you were confused, but now you know, and you betray that. Anxiety and depression are the common side effects of betraying our truth. So ayahuasca can help you change your life if you're ready for it and committed for it. But for a lot of people, it creates more chaos because suddenly they cannot numb themselves to the truth. And the truth may require that a lot of what you're doing, your job, your relationships, your habits, may require that a lot of these things go, that you give up and let go all of this. With the promise of what? That is for you to figure out. The promise of peace, of harmony, of a life of purpose, of meaning, and of bliss. It is not easy, it takes work, that's for sure. It's supposed to take work, that's what makes this adventure fun. So if you've been thinking of drinking ayahuasca, then be mindful of what you do before, what you do during, and what you do after. Hopefully you're coming to join us in Colombia. Once again, the links for our retreats are below. But in case that you're not, find the preparation and integration programs that I have created and read through the pages and figure out if they may be for you. In them I share the things that I've learned after hundreds of ceremonies, plenty of which went, I don't want to say terrible, but went in an overwhelming manner that could have been avoided or managed in a healthier way, I feel. The lessons from all of that, what I could have done differently, and also the guidance from some of the most respected shamans in South America and in Colombia. I have condensed that, and hopefully, since ayahuasca is becoming so popular, some of you may benefit. Even if you don't want to come to the jungle, you can still prepare and take good care of your energy before, during, and after ceremony. All right, I hope this was useful, and I'll see you soon.